Hi, welcome to this Business Coach Kit training session. Marketing is the engine of growth for any business, including yours. This presentation explains the Business Coach Kit marketing system. The system is based on running systemization seminars to attract and qualify prospects. Once you've got some prospects, you should watch the related sales training video to explain what to do with them. So at the end of this coaching session, you'll have learned the components of the Business Coach Kit marketing system, how they work together, how to build your own marketing plan. There are separate videos that go into the detail of each part of the marketing system, so we don't get into too many technical details about setting these things up. So just a reminder, what we sell, what you're marketing, coaching, but at the consulting end of the scale. We focus on business results, not particularly in development work with the client, although we do recognize that they have to change their thinking in order to progress. We believe the best way to get small business owners to value this kind of work is by showing them the impact of changing the way they run their business. So to that end, we're more likely to suggest a course of action than we are to spend a lot of time trying to coax the client to come up with their own solution. We believe that success in business is about two things: selling something that the market needs and being organized. So on the first, we do get involved in helping our clients understand what it is they sell, who buys it and why, or perhaps why they don't buy it. But we do spend a lot of time teaching our clients to be organized, document processes, clear accountabilities, delegation and performance measurement and regular review. This marketing system is all about producing qualified prospects. When we do that, the sales process is far easier and far more successful. So by qualified, we mean, are they in my niche? Do they suffer from the pain I cure? Are they motivated to do something about it? And do they think that I can help? So our marketing system, the Business Coach Kit marketing system, is designed to produce these kind of qualified leads. So a reminder about our niche: owner managers, people that own and run their own businesses, make the decisions, typically between 5 and 30 employees and growing. So what we help them with is the complexity that brings to a business. And if you're working face to face, then they need to be local, which helps to narrow the field down. If you're working online, then the world is your oyster. There are some intangible criteria as well that we need to think about. We're looking for people with a history of taking advice. They're interested in management theory, how to run their business better. They think deeply about these things. They may not be particularly knowledgeable or skilled at applying these things, but they know there is a better way of doing things, or they believe there's a better way of doing things. They're ambitious. They want to grow. We can't coach people that don't want to grow. They're above average intelligence. They've got to have the smarts to be able to understand what we're saying and to change and to manage things in a different way. Generally, they won't have a corporate management background. If they had, that's probably taught them the things that they need to know. And they've reached a point in their business growth when they're starting to feel the pain that systemization cures. So they've got people running around working hard, perhaps not delivering the quality of service they've done in the past where they were running a smaller business. The owner's working longer hours, not getting any more money, but finding it very stressful. They find that their staff are really bringing them more problems than they are solutions, and they don't think they're particularly productive. So they're baffled as to why hiring more people doesn't allow them to earn more money or turn over more money. They recognize that they're the bottleneck. All the decisions come through them, all of the sign-offs come through them, a lot of the actual doing comes through them. So they feel that they're in some way restricting the growth of the business. They feel a lack of control. They're responding all the time to what the business is doing rather than having a plan that they're following to take the business forward. And many of them are thinking about their exit strategy, how they make the business valuable, but they're not too sure how to do this. So that's the pain we're looking for. They can be the right people with the pain that we solve, but they need to be motivated to do something about it. So they need to feel enough pain to take action, and they also need to think that you have the best solution. So our marketing, the Business Coach Kit marketing system, is designed to create this state of affairs. Our solution is systemization, as you know, which is a methodology. So our prospects can be confident that we have a series of steps we go through, a framework that solves the problems that they're experiencing. It's proven, and from their perspective, low risk, so they don't have to. It's not so much of a leap in the dark. They can see it's being delivered by an expert. So part of the marketing process is to position you as that expert in the prospect's mind. So they believe you understand their business and know how to help them. And our marketing involves a lot of listening and a few questions, so that we're starting to show them that we can deliver insight and help them find a way through their current situation. So there's a familiar diagram. If you want to know more about systemization, look at I suggest you watch the systemization training video, but essentially we're talking about mindset, purpose, systemization, and engagement. These are the 4 elements we work on with our clients, and this is what we sell in our marketing or put forward in our marketing process. So I've mentioned marketing process a couple of times, or a marketing system. This is what we need to do. This is what you need to do in order to make marketing work. It's not just a silver bullet. You need all of those things that we've just talked about, niche, pain, proposition. But you also need a process, a repeatable sequence of steps that you go through. A plan, so with some numbers and targets and actions to make this happen. You need to be consistent over the long term. Effective marketing takes time. When we're selling business coaching, sometimes people take time to make their mind up. Sometimes the time isn't right. Sometimes they need to hear your message many, many, many times before they suddenly pick up the phone or send an email. So we have to be consistent over the long term, and I'm talking years. So consistent activity over years. And as I said, we need to have some targets and measurement. We're systemization people, so of course we have targets, we measure, and we improve performance. So the Business Coach Kit marketing system uses seminars to generate qualified prospects. They're qualified because, using this approach, they've given up a half day of their time. They may have traveled, quite a distance to get there. They've paid a meaningful amount of money to attend. So it's an amount of money that, first of all, it proves that they have money in their business. We're not really interested in getting people in a room with no money. Secondly, it means that they're serious about making some kind of improvement. They've put their hand in their pocket and paid some money out. Thirdly, the thing they're listening to, the topic that's got them to the event, is systemization. So we know the problem they have is one of the things that we solve. So that's what we mean by qualified prospects. Every marketing activity is focused on getting prospects to a seminar. We do 1 or 2 other things online. Talk about that in a little bit, but essentially our main line marketing goes through seminars. And the result for our seminars, the thing we want from the seminars, is sales meetings with qualified prospects. So that's what the whole thing is about. At the end of our seminar, we want half a dozen sales meetings in the diary. That's what we're doing it for. So here's a diagram I use sometimes with clients. In fact, this came out of a piece of work I did with a client many years ago. Just talk you through this diagram. So we've got the stages from the left to the right of ignorance, awareness, and intent. So ignorance, our prospects don't even know they've got a problem. If they do know they've got a problem, they're not sure anyone's got a solution. So they're just getting on with their daily lives. Awareness is where they may have heard of systemization, they've heard of business coaching, they think there are better ways to do things, but don't really know too much about them yet, or they're engaged in finding out about that. And intent is where they're getting close to making the decision. They've decided they're going to buy some business coaching, but they might not necessarily know who from. So the blue funnels are intended to show that actually when you go out to the far end, if you treat that as all business owners within your geography, all business owners you can get to, most of them won't take coaching. A small proportion to actually take coaching. So of the total market, only a few are going to be eventual purchasers. When you come through to the intent end, people are looking online or asking around about business coaches. A high proportion of those people will buy. And the people in the middle, it sort of narrows down along that trajectory. Now, if you're going out to the far end, if you're going out to the ignorant end of this marketing funnel and trying to get to people, then to get them all the way through to a sale takes longer. There's more effort involved than simply waiting for the phone to ring or waiting for someone to click on your website. And it takes longer. It takes longer to remove the ignorance, position awareness of what you do, and then to get them to sign. The advantage is that if you do it properly and carefully, they won't be looking at the other people that can allegedly help them with business coaching. They'll see you as a solution. You navigate them through to the sale. Conversely, if you wait till you simply got inbound marketing, wait for them to click on your website, there's a high degree of competition. By definition, they're looking around, they're comparing. So, you're so many times less likely to sell to these people. Although there is a higher propensity to buy. As I said, more of these people will be buying compared with at the far left-hand end. So what's the point of this rather complicated diagram? We focus our marketing, the Business Coach Kit marketing system focuses efforts there, at that end of the funnel. So outbound, going out to people that aren't looking for what we do. We do some here. So we have a website, we have some clickbait, we do get people call up out of the blue. We wouldn't turn us down a sales meeting from an otherwise qualified candidate, but it's not something where we focus a lot of a proactive effort. So I hope that positions where we market. Let's talk a little bit about what we do. So there we go. We're only interested in one outcome from marketing, which is sales meetings with qualified prospects. So there's one of your targets for your business plan. How many sales meetings do you need with qualified prospects? Qualified means they know they've got a problem. We've told them that. They think we might have a uniquely better way to solve their problem. We've told them that as well. And they're prepared to get off their backside and do something about it. So we've proven that. So don't waste your time trying to sell to unqualified prospects. So we use seminars. There's a handsome chap doing a seminar. Point 1. We select a topic as a problem that our target business owners have, a topic that systemization solve. Okay, it may sound obvious, but there's no point running a seminar on, improving profits. That's not really something that we focus on. So you might get some business owners, I'm sure you would, but they're not necessarily going to be focused on the problem that we're solving. So we really focus on the seminars on topics that our target market has. We set the ticket price so that only business owners with a burning desire to change will register. So here in the UK, I'm setting them around 150 quid. You in your markets will need to decide what the price should be. And when you're starting out as a business coach, starting out with the business coach, there's nothing wrong with running them free for a while, just to get comfortable with the material, to get a room full of people, build up some confidence. But over time, you need to get this ticket price to where it's a qualification. The point of the price is not income. It's not paying for the venue. It's to qualify. That's the point of charging. And you're on the stage, you're presenting content which you get with the business coach kit. You get all of the seminars and workbooks in the kit, but you're on stage explaining this in an entertaining, convincing, passionate way, so that they come away from the seminar convinced that you're the person to solve their problem. So every slide, pretty much, maybe the intro and the outro, but every other slide is focused on either one or both of these things, making them unhappy with the way their business is currently and convincing them that systemization as delivered by you is the solution. That's what each slide is aimed at. And in the accompanying coach notes with each slide, it gives you, what you're trying to do with the slide, how to ram it home, stories you can introduce, these kind of things. So you have guide notes alongside with each slide. Okay. At the end of the seminar is when they are going to be most keen to do something. Okay. So if you get to the end of it, heave a sigh of relief and say, thank goodness I got through that. Everyone seemed to enjoy it. Shake hands all around and think, I'll follow up over the next few days. By the time you get to them, their enthusiasm will have gone down a lot. Over the next, a week later, they've forgotten they attended. So the time to get these dates in the diary is at the end of the seminar. Don't be shy about it. I say, this is what I do. I'd like to help. I'd like to get dates in your diary to come and talk to you about how this could help your business. Not everyone will give you a date. Some won't have their diary. Some just won't want to be pinned down like that. So, sometimes you have to follow up by phone call afterwards. But as far as possible, take along a blank paper, copy of your diary for the next few weeks and try and get the dates in, because they are most motivated to do something at that point. They're not going to be more motivated tomorrow after they've thought about it for a while. So seminars don't just fill themselves. You have to work very hard to get backsides on seats in seminars. So in the business coach kit, you get pre-prepared seminar event page copy for each of the 5 seminars. Now, I happen to use Eventbrite. Other event management systems exist. You could even do it on your own website if you wanted to. Eventbrite's quite good because it does advertise and put your event in front of people who've looked at similar things in the same area. So it does a little bit of marketing of its own. It's a nice system to use. Pricing's good. They pay promptly. So if you haven't got one that you prefer to use, then I recommend Eventbrite. But anything will do, and you can copy and paste the pre-prepared seminar event page copy, which has been proven to work over many years. Of course, you can change the copy if you like. Entirely up to you. Next thing you need is effective outbound copy. So a big part of the Business Coach Kit marketing system is we use email marketing, which works if you do it properly, you do enough of it. You have a system. Of course, you'll have a system because you're a systemization coach. So in the Business Coach Kit, you get between 6 and 8 pre-prepared invitation emails for each event. Again, the copy matches what the event's about, and these have been proven to work. They generate click-through. They will get people to register. You also get a Hootsuite posting load file. You don't have to be using Hootsuite, but this is essentially you can load a whole load of posts, and it will send it to all of your, or a lot of your social accounts over the next few days, weeks, or months. So you can schedule them into the future, and each post has got something chirpy about the event you're running, which is designed to catch the eye, and a link through to the registration page. Clearly, you have to edit these to point to your own event, and you may want to edit the content. And you don't have to use Hootsuite. You could just kind of post them all individually if you want to. But there you go. They're there for you. And you also have a pre-prepared seminar marketing plan. So over the years, I've run dozens and dozens and dozens of seminars. So we now have a very well established sequence of events, which we'll look at in a minute. And email marketing is all about numbers. So you need a large prospect database. Very few business owners grow their business to any size. Very few business owners take any kind of advice, let alone that from business coaches. So you need to have a big pond that you're fishing in, and you probably take some time to build this up. It's taken me 8 years to build mine. So here's a little screenshot of the seminar marketing plan. It's a Excel spreadsheet. It's in the Business Coach Kit marketing and sales admin pack, I think. So here we have the yellow bar. This is when we're going to run the event. This is one that's running April 2017, and all of these dates are generated by this date. So they figure out how far back you need to do things, and all of these activities are the stages that you go through, from kind of booking the venue through to creating a presentation. Well, you won't need to do that because it's provided for you, setting up Google Analytics, Zapier if you use Zapier to link through to your CRM. So yeah, all of these steps, and all you need to do is really plug the date in, and it tells you who needs to do what and when. So that's quite nice. So I mentioned building a large prospect database. How do you go about doing that from ground zero? So you're sitting there with nothing. How on earth do you get prospects into a database? Well, let's work through the ways. Networking is normally a pretty good place to start. It's relatively inexpensive. You can look online on your local trade press. It will tell you where the events are, full of other business people, most of them business owners, all wanted to talk to you about their business and happy to listen to you talk about yours. So go for networking. It does work, and certainly something that delivers customers. It's something you can start pretty quickly. There's a predefined systemization 60 seconds in the Business Coach Kit marketing pack. By 60 seconds, I mean an elevator pitch. So the essence of what systemization delivers, and a good way to practice that is by saying it over and over again at networking events. In the Business Coach Kit, there are, I think, 12 or 14 tools, spreadsheets essentially, things like break-even analysis, budgeting, pricing, sales management, these kind of things. And these are, you can use them with your clients, but you can also use them as clickbait. So you can attach these to your pages on your website and offer them for people to download, and the payment for the download is that they give you their details, so their email address and their name. Certainly, possibly you might ask for a company name as well, even a phone number if you like. That may put some people off. And this information is then taken through and put into your CRM. So it says Infusionsoft here. It doesn't have to be Infusionsoft. It can be any CRM. Infusionsoft is quite a powerful one, but there are lots of simpler ones out there. But the point is that the way you start to build up your prospect database is one of the ways is by having your website feed these details through in return for you providing good quality tools to these people. So I mentioned Hootsuite. Not only are there in the Business Coach get a set of load files for individual seminars, but there's also I think half a dozen files of posts designed to feed people into your squeeze pages for these downloadable tools. So clearly they need editing with your website address, and you can edit what they say if you like, and then you send them out, and you can use social media there to get people to give you their details on your website. Clearly there's a lot more to social media than that. You have to engage along the way, you have to put something of yourself into it, but this can form, a good proportion of what you're actually posting online, and it fits in, as you can see, to your marketing system. Finally, probably 90% of the database that I have has been purchased. So I'll just buy data. That's got a bad name, but as long as you do it carefully, and we'll talk about how you do that in a minute, it's perfectly reasonable. They're not very expensive, these records, and remember, we're reaching down the funnel. So I'm trying to get to people that are business owners who have never heard of systemization, never really thought about business coaching, haven't perhaps even thought about the problems that they're experiencing. So that's why I need to find lists of people at the far end of the funnel. Just some numbers on this thing. So the database currently that is feeding 6 business owners into quarterly seminars for my own coaching business is about 14,000 active subscribers. Over the years there's been a lot more than that in there, but obviously they unsubscribe and bounce and leave and things like this, but so it's a large database to get a small number of highly qualified prospects into a room. Okay, we do systemization, so we have a plan for our marketing. This is as you can see, this is included in your marketing planner. Let's skate over the first page, which is all about the objectives and niche and things. We've covered those. Here's the a selected set of things you might do for marketing. Clearly, most businesses is only 3 or 4 things. So in your actual plan, you'll only have a few of these left, but you could choose from all of these. And the point here is, if I'm going to do, let's say, email marketing, how many hours is it going to take? What am I going to spend on it? How many leads do I expect to get from that? And then if I want to, and go through, how many sales, and so what's my return on the investment? So it really allows you to focus in, particularly when you've got some data to work with, if you've been doing it for a while, on what is my most effective marketing route to market. Therefore, if I spend this much on it, how much business am I going to get as a result? So, this doesn't have to be in this format. You turn it into a spreadsheet, your KPI sheet, whatever you like. But it makes the point that you don't just go out and blindly do marketing. You keep track of it. So your CRM, every time you create an inquiry or lead on the CRM, you say where it came from. It came from my email marketing or my digital marketing or direct mail, whatever it might be. That's the discipline that you're teaching your clients. You need it yourself to run your marketing system, so it tells you exactly how effective your marketing is and which bits are most effective. And then you need to turn it into an activity planner. Again, it doesn't have to be this format, it could be anything you like, a spreadsheet, but the point here is that marketing is often the first thing to go by the board when you get busy, and it mustn't be. And it's often the first thing to go by the board when your clients get busy, and it mustn't be for them either. So you need to walk the talk and say, okay, you know, here are my activities I'm going to do, and this is what I'm going to do annually, quarterly, monthly, weekly, and daily. These are the things I'm going to do, and this is what builds up to my 2 days a week or whatever it is marketing workload. So it's no good to say I'm going to do 8, 10 things marketing if it's going to take you 60 hours a week, because it simply won't happen. So you take this managed approach to what you're doing there. I personally take these things and I put them in my Outlook calendar. So every week it pops up and tells me to do a blog, and it nags at me until I've done that. Every week it pops up and reminds me to book my networking meetings for the following week or the following month. So, you know, I don't rely on my memory on a sheet of paper. I rely on a system to help me do that. So with systemization people, we have targets and measurement. Here's some targets. So this is sales per month, £4,300, average order value 2,700, 1.6 wins a month, 3.2 leads a month, and a conversion rate of 50%. That's a target that has come out of, well, initially it will come out of guesswork, frankly, but or whatever you require to make your plan work. But after a few years or months of where you start to get some real numbers around this. Okay. So you get these actuals. So this is not looking great, actually, the actuals here. And there's my marketing target. So I want 3.19 and I'm getting 1.92. That's a marketing target on my KPI sheet. So, in summary, effective marketing requires a plan, a process or system, and focused, consistent activity. To generate qualified leads, we need a clear niche, pain, and proposition, and we need to target our messaging on those things. We introduce barriers to prove commitment, the price, the day, the time. So this is all about getting those qualified people to prove their commitment. And getting a small number of right prospects to a seminar can achieve this. Okay, that's it. Thanks for listening.